Well, there has been a lot revealed in the day that we're living in. It's called the day of true light. The true light now shines. So there's been a lot revealed, but there's also been some things concealed. Even Moses knew this in his day. The things that have been revealed belong to us and to our children, but they're secret things that just belong to God. What has been revealed is what's necessary for us to know. The Lord has not deprived us of necessary things by concealing them. And in fact, the things that He has concealed, it's for our good that He's concealed them and not revealed them. What is revealed is necessary for us to know. What is concealed is necessary that we don't know. And the Lord has been very merciful to us in these things. So if I remain ignorant of what has been revealed, then is not my ignorance my handicap?
Yeah.
But likewise, if, and as Paul said, at this point I speak as a man, if it were possible that I find out what God has concealed, then would not my finding out be my handicap? Such as if I were to steal the knowledge of the number of my days, I would actually be handicapped by knowing that.
Yeah.
The virgins didn't know.
That's right.
They didn't know what day He was coming. Neither do you, Jesus said.
That's right.
Neither do you know the day or the hour. It's been revealed that He is coming. It's not been revealed when He's coming. It's been revealed that it's appointed unto man once to die, but it's not been revealed what day you will die.
That's right.
So knowing that He will come is what makes us willing to wait. Knowing the certainty of His coming is what it's what makes your waiting float, so to speak. If you're unsure of if He will come or not, then you'll sink. You'll run out of oil. Knowing that He that shall come will come and will not delay, that's what gives you endurance to wait. But not knowing when He will come is what calls for endurance. Not knowing that, see, it takes discernment. He has gone to great lengths to assure us that He will come, but He's also gone to great lengths to tell us that we don't know when He will come. I just heard just this last week, I believe it is, some of you have probably heard Michael Youssef on the radio, and he delivered a wonderful word about down through the generations. Every generation lived with the expectancy that He could come in this generation. And as the generations died, and another generation came, that generation handed off the hope of His coming to the next generation. And it was glorious to hear someone commend generations for passing with a lively hope of His coming. And that even though He didn't come in our generation, they weren't disappointed. They handed off the hope of His coming to the next generation, because we still don't know when He will come. Now, each of us have the liability of overestimating our own strength. And that's perhaps some of what's involved in the foolish virgins, is they overestimated. We can do it with what we have here. But also, we carry the liability of underestimating the test of time. And the long waiting of time, just the passing of time, can be a greater test than intense persecution for a short time, or intense sorrow and pain for a short time. That sometimes can be. A person can pass through that with greater patience than the long passing of time. So we all have these two liabilities. It's like etched into the nature of flesh to overestimate itself. Pride. But we also have the liability of underestimating the test of time. So here's some examples of oil, of having the reservoirs. I like how Brother Bob put that. The reservoirs of oil is not excess.
Right.
It was not having a wasteful excess.
Amen.
It was having a necessary abundance.
Yeah, right.
And those two things are greatly, they're not the same at all.
Mm-hmm.
So here's some examples in the scripture, and this is the exhortation, of having extra. Let the word of Christ richly dwell within you, not sparsely.
Yeah.
Let it richly dwell within you. If we sow to the Spirit, we shall reap everlasting life. So having the reservoir in for the end day means that you've got to sow to the Spirit on this day. As you sow to the Spirit this day, then you'll reap
Amen.
life everlasting. Jesus said, "If any man drinks of the water I shall give him, it shall become in him a well of water, springing up to everlasting life." Doesn't that sound like a reservoir? But it's drinking the water that he gives, taking it in, and that's what makes the well of water to spring up. So if you don't drink today, don't expect that you'll be able to survive tomorrow.
That's right.
Drinking today ensures that the well of water will be there. You quit drinking, and the water dries up.
That's right.
Solomon said, "Buy the truth and sell it not." I think he said more than what he realized, because he had wisdom of things under the sun, not eternal things. But he spoke just like Caiaphas did. He spake this not of himself. Buy the truth and don't sell it. That is, don't trade it. Don't exchange this for something else.
Right.
Buy the truth and don't sell it. So we're living in a day of plenty, like plenty, revelation, truth, light, knowledge, understanding. We're living in a day that Jesus said the prophets longed to live in and didn't. They wanted to hear the things that we can hear and didn't hear it. So we're living in a day of revelation. Things are opened up. Things are being revealed. Things are being made known. And this is the day that you store it up like Joseph did. Joseph knew there's more harvest than what we need for these 7 years, so we're going to store it up. And the parallel, the parable breaks down a little bit between Joseph and the last days, but there is a parallel there. And we're living in a day now where the truth is in abundance. You can walk through the fields and pick ears of truth. So go get it while you can get it.
Amen.
Because there's going to come a day when you're going to have to live out of the storehouse. So now's the day to become rich toward God. I like that phrase. Now's the day to become rich. Then is the day when you withdraw. On the day of the Lord is when, now we're making deposits. And in the day of the Lord is when we draw on the interest. So today, invest to become rich towards God. So thank you for your message, Brother Bob.